It is Tuesday, December 3rd, 2024. We have lots of breaking news to get to. President Biden is in Angola, a country in Africa, sparking outrage, though, here at home after announcing $1 billion in aid to help the victims of natural disasters in Africa, while Americans in western North Carolina and eastern Tennessee are sleeping in tents after Hurricane Helene. Also, New York City Mayor Eric Adams just broke ranks and declared he's free of the Democrat Party. Cancel me if you want, he says, but I will be working with Donald Trump regarding deportations. Wow, huge statement from the mayor of New York. And what the hell is happening in Morris County, New Jersey? The FAA shutting down air traffic due to car-sized drones reportedly hovering all over the county for weeks. I lived in Morris County. Family and friends of mine are even concerned, sending me videos of these triangular drones or UAPs. Where is the legacy media on this? But before we get started, thank you for liking and sharing these videos. It really helps out the channel. And consider subscribing so you don't miss these regular updates. So another benefit of Trump winning so decisively last month is seeing the reaction from other politicians, from other elected leaders, seeing how they approach this new Trump administration. Are they planning on fighting it, resisting it, or will they help it, work with it? As it's clear, the American people are tired, sick and tired of the way Democrats have been running things. They want change. Not the same old Republican and Democrat Party, but Trump's Republican Party, his America First movement. And one Democrat who's decided to jump on board the Trump train is New York City Mayor Eric Adams, who officially has broken from the Democrat Party, separating himself over the weeks, but then just hours ago, going even further, holding a press conference and saying, cancel me if you want, but I will be working with Trump and border czar Tom Homan on deportations. Watch this.
Those who are here committing crimes, robberies, shooting at police officers, raping innocent people, have been a harm to our country. I want to sit down and hear the plan on how we're going to address them. Those are the people I am talking about, and I would love to sit down with the border czar and hear his thoughts on how we're going to address those who are harming our citizens.
You're open to that?
Open to
hearing what their plan is to deport some of these folks, and you think the city, in some circumstances, should cooperate with ICE.
Let me. You know what's interesting? And I was talking to the team the other day. I want you to all go back and Google Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama. Google what they said about those who commit crimes in our city and what they said in our country. They said those who commit crimes need to get out right away. That was their position. So this is not a new position, because in the state of in the era of cancel culture, no one is afraid to be honest about the truth. Well, cancel me, because I'm going to protect the people of this city. And if you come into this country, in this city, and think you're going to harm innocent New Yorkers and innocent migrants and asylum seekers, this is not the mayor you want to be in the city under.
And this comes after migrant shelters in and around New York City have been closing up shop in recent weeks since Trump's victory. So far, reportedly, saving the city over $2 billion in the process. It sounds like common sense is making a comeback in New York. How hard was that? Put America first, put your own citizens first, and things get a whole lot easier for everyone. In another story, North Carolina communities have been devastated by Hurricane Helene last month, are now battling winter conditions and freezing temperatures. FEMA vouchers have largely expired, and many residents are now stuck with no home, no car, forced to live in tents as the recovery effort has been painfully slow. The cleanup process is being performed by local volunteers who've been paid nothing. Federal government has been MIA for weeks following that scandal at the Daily Wire broke, where FEMA personnel were told to purposely avoid homes with Trump flags or Trump signs. Remember this?
According to a bombshell report by the Daily Wire, a FEMA manager told relief workers in Florida to not help homes with Trump signs. Internal messages obtained by the Daily Wire shows the list of rules for FEMA canvassers. Rule number 2, avoid homes advertising Trump. So after FEMA confirmed that the messages were real, Director Deanne Criswell fired the employee and called her messages reprehensible. In response, the fired FEMA manager told Primetime that this wasn't an isolated incident, and, quote, FEMA has made me a patsy.
Well, President Biden really just added insult to injury after flying halfway around the world yesterday in an effort to avoid the press. He flies to Angola to announce a $1 billion donation to help African families affected by natural disasters. Like what? You can't make this up. We have people here, Americans here in the States right now who need help, who have no money, no resources, and he sends $1 billion to Africa. Watch.
You know, that's the right thing for the wealthiest nation in the world to do. And today, I'm announcing over $1 billion in new humanitarian support for Africans displaced from homes by historic droughts and food insecurity. We know African leaders and citizens are seeking more than just aid. You seek investment. So the United States is expanding our relationship all across Africa, from assistance to aid, to investment to trade, moving from patrons to partners, to help bridge the infrastructure gap. I was told, by the way, when I got elected, I could never get an infrastructure bill passed.
This money should go to the Americans in North Carolina, East Tennessee, who've been living a nightmare for the last month. Is it just me, or do you feel like your government hates you? There's no good explanation for it. It's disgraceful, and I really hope Donald Trump does everything he can to help these folks, and I'm sure he will. The Daniel Penny case, closing arguments were delivered yesterday. Jury deliberation starts tomorrow. This is the case with the Marine vet. You probably know about it, who defended himself and fellow passengers in a New York subway last year, defended himself against a knife-wielding drunk man. Well, DA Alvin Bragg is trying to put Penny away for manslaughter. In any other state, this would be an open and shut self-defense case. But we all know who Alvin Bragg is. He's a political animal. We all saw what he did to Donald Trump. So now this young man, a veteran, who was doing a brave thing in a very respectful way, could be heading for a lengthy prison sentence. I don't think that's going to happen. I think the jury will find him not guilty. But the prosecution, they were trying hard in their closing arguments, pointing to Penny's police interview where he called Neely a crackhead, trying to paint a picture for the jury that makes Penny look like a bad guy. Couldn't be further from the truth. Here's the part they played for the jury yesterday. Roll the tape.
From going nuts, and yeah, that's when you guys came. He got on like diagonally from me, so he came in, but I was on my phone, like listening to music. I wasn't paying attention. He's just a crackhead, you know what I mean?
The FBI has now joined the investigation into these mysterious car-sized drones, or UAPs, that have been hovering all over Morris County, New Jersey for the last 2 weeks. The FAA has now closed the airspace to all drone activity over Picatinny Arsenal and Trump National Golf Course in Bedminster. Since closing the airspace, though, 2 days ago, the UAP have returned each night for 12 plus hours. Watch this.
Hey, Ernie and Candace, the FAA has placed a temporary restriction on drone flights over Picatinny Arsenal and over Trump National Golf Course in Bedminster. When these drones were first spotted 2 weeks ago, the Morris County Prosecutor's Office said that they posed no known threat to public safety. But people want to know, what the heck are they and what are they doing?
It's normal to see red and green lights in December, unless they're coming from mysterious drones in the night sky.
It's kind of unsettling. They're not up for 15 minutes, they're up for hours. Some are very big, probably the size of a car.
Mike Walsh says he's seen hundreds of them over the past 2 weeks from his Randolph backyard and has the video to prove it.
They kind of go slow, they come towards you, then they'll change direction a little. They're all going different ways.
The drones have been spotted all over Morris County. Morristown police sent an alert to residents Sunday saying they are aware of drone activity and that if a drone crashes or lands, do not approach or handle it. The FBI's Newark field office would only say it is working with other law enforcement agencies to figure out what's going on, but at the moment doesn't have enough information to share.
A lot of people want to know what's going on. I think more people are coming around to that, oh, this is going on and maybe it's not good.
Nancy Reed didn't want to show her face on camera, but says she's seen the drones every night since November 18th.
I can see them right out my bedroom window. I can watch them. Last night was about 5:30, so it was earlier. But it's normally anywhere between like 7:30 and 10:30, they're out here. Never during the day. Nobody ever sees them during the day.
One thing she hasn't seen is the normal air traffic she's used to, and she doesn't understand why.
We're in the fly pattern going to like Morristown Airport and Newark, and we used to see a lot of planes coming back and forth. You don't see them anymore.
Now, we also reached out to Picatinny Arsenal because of reports that the drones were flying over the military base. So far, we have not heard back. Reporting live in Randolph, New Jersey, I'm Katie Corrado, Pix 11 News.
So what the hell is happening in Morris County, New Jersey? My old stomping ground. I lived there for a while. This is part of the metropolitan area, folks. One of the most highly populated regions in the country. So look, Picatinny Arsenal is the military base in Morris County. From what I've been hearing, these drones or craft have been flying over the base, hovering over the base, then they'll move like 10 miles, hover again for a few hours. For weeks, this has been happening, for weeks. And legacy media is silent about it, purposely ignoring the story. Local media, though, has been all over it. The story, however, has gotten too big. It's gotten too big. Local police are involved, state police, the FBI are now involved. And it's a genuine mystery. So we're just starting to hear from the mainstream media. Watch the difference how they cover it, though. Watch this.
FBI is now getting involved in an investigation into these mysterious, apparently small car-sized drones that people are spotting flying over New Jersey in the middle of the night. Look at this. One woman there took the video you're seeing. So that's it. It looks like it's flying pretty low. And from that perspective, it looks very large. Right? And all those lights in the sky that you see there, see those lights? Those are apparently drones as well, they say, seeming to fly in a V formation, with the whole saga stressing people out nearby.
We're all completely unnerved. I didn't sleep last night. When I would get up and look out my window at 2 a.m., 4 a.m., they were still hovering. I got up at 5:30 this morning and they were still there. As the sun was starting to rise, they went back in the same direction they came from. And I expect they'll be back as soon as the sun goes down tonight.
Let's bring in Tom Winter. What's up with the mysterious drones, Tom?
Right, Allie. Well, not to go all Scully and Mulder on us here.
Do it.
Law enforcement is concerned about this. They have put out a statement, the local sheriff's office and local prosecutor's office in Morris County. So Morris County, New Jersey, pretty much the center of where this activity has been occurring, along with Somerset County. So they're about an hour-ish west of here. Don't throw things at your screen. I know that it could be double that amount of time given traffic, but just to give folks a sense of where we are in referring to New York City. As far as the size of them, multiple eyewitnesses have reported, and obviously we've seen the video here, you've just pointed it out, the size of these, it's not quite clear to law enforcement that they are car-sized at this point.
And this comes as Trump's new cabinet is largely a pro-UAP transparency cabinet. Some of his nominations have been leading the effort behind the scenes for years on UAP. Marco Rubio, one of the most powerful Republicans in Congress, the chairman of the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence, that's the committee that's authorized and cleared to deliver oversight over the Pentagon's SAPs and USAPs, their unacknowledged special access programs, their black programs, basically. And he was on the committee who worked in concert with the Inspector General of the IC in that David Grush investigation. I've been told Marco Rubio even personally asked the Undersecretary of Defense if she had any knowledge about this supposed legacy UAP program where she lied to his face in his office. And Mike Waltz, Trump's new national security advisor, another huge proponent of UAP disclosure. Matt Gaetz was fighting big time behind the scenes as well. All of them. John Radcliffe, CIA director now. All of them fully on board to get this out. The only person, funny enough, who isn't is Trump himself, who I'm told doesn't really care too much about the topic, but the Republican Congress does. Even Democrats do. And they've been working on a plan for controlled disclosure on this topic. Donald Trump will be the disclosure president. All right, that wraps up this episode. Like, subscribe. We'll see you next time.